today we are looking at five outstanding African players that participated in this ongoing World Cup. It's unfortunate that the all the African countries that were participating in this World Cup is gone. They're all lost, and and all of them are back to Africa. You know what I mean? But today we're gonna look at the five outstanding players there. There might be more, but this is just the one I want to pick up. Because these ones really tried, in my own opinion. You know what I mean? Others might have a different opinion, but at number one is Cape Verde goalkeeper. He is 40 years. When you look at the way he picked up, the way he conducts himself in this World Cup and the way he played, it was fantastic. His name is Josima Diaz Vesuna. And he is 40 years old. And when you look at the entire World Cup, how many players are 40 years? How many players are in that age bracket? You have few of them. I think even one I can remember, Cristiano Ronaldo, which means for you to be at World Cup at 40, it must be very, very good. You know what I mean? And this guy is very, very good. Most people didn't know about him before. Like somebody like me, I've not heard about him, even though he has played in many countries. He has played in Angola, he has played in Portugal, Slovenia, Moldova, and Cyprus. He has played his football careers in those countries. You know what I mean? But because he has not played maybe in the European Champions League, maybe that's why we didn't hear much about him before the World Cup. But he was fantastic goalkeeper, man. I think he's the best goalkeeper Africa took to this World Cup. I'm very, very cocksure about that. And at number two, is Ismail Sabari. This is a young guy at 25 years old, and this World Cup, Morocco is from Morocco, and Morocco, they must be good for them to even go to this quarterfinal. Now, France took them out. France defeated them, but for you to be in quarterfinal means that you have good players, and this Sabari, he plays for Bayern Munich, and he's very, very good, and he's still young, 25 years. So, which means in the next World Cup, of which I'm very sure that Morocco is gonna be there, is gonna be, you're looking at 29, which is still relatively okay to play in the World Cup. You know what I mean? And he's a talented player, man. I'm telling you. And at number three, among these outstanding African players, is Ibrahim Diaz of Morocco again. It's not surprised that we have two Moroccans there, even though people might say that I should include more Moroccans there, like Ashraf Yakimi, but I didn't include him. So, but Ibrahim Diaz, people should know him because he's playing for Real Madrid. He's a really good player. You know what I mean? But people always say, like, their French game is like the game they play with France is like, it was not in that game. But the problem, people don't understand it. Like, they think like Morocco didn't play well. Morocco really played well, but if you look at the squad, the efficiency in French team, how are you gonna see? Morocco is nothing for France. When you look at the level they're playing, Morocco have not gotten to that level. So and people understand that when France goes to final and eventually win this cup, that's when they're gonna realize that Morocco played well. It's just that the French are too good. The France are too good. You know what I mean? And at number four is Ismail Assar. If you watch English League, Premier League, you should have known him. You know what I mean? And he's a talented forward. You know what I mean? He played for Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace is in London. It's close to Croydon in London. Or it's southeast London, and this guy is good. It's good. He played very well in this World Cup. I think he scored like 2 goals for Senegal, and he's not so young, but he's still like relatively young. He's 28 years. You know what I mean? He still have maybe another 2 years to reach his peak in football. Because I believe that once you get to 30, if you have not achieved much, you're gonna be lucky to be, get something out of football anymore. But in Crystal Palace, they have won some trophies. When he's there, and he played for the team that won these trophies. It's very good. And number 5 is Yaone Wisa. Wisa is a Newcastle. He played for Newcastle in Premiership as well. If you, I watch him, I know him. I know about him, like in Newcastle. You know what I mean? But this World Cup, he really like showed his talent. If you watch DR Congo, you see how good he played in this World Cup, even though they made it in second round 32, but unfortunately they couldn't defeat England, and England we won them, and they're out of the game. Joanna Wiza is a good player, and he's 29, so he's passing his peak now. You know what I mean? But he still have some years, like up to 3 years, to get something out of football, and because he used to have, I think this last season he have a lot of injury, you know what I mean now, but this World Cup, I think he is out of injury and he really played well. I enjoyed watching him. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our video. Peace.